Hold up.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Foxy90 here. Welcome back to a brand new video if you guys stay on my channel. Today we're back with my F1 2016 Career Mode Season 5 Part 4 for the Spanish Grand Prix for you guys here today on my channel. It's actually Part 5, isn't it? Whatever, it's one of the parts. But if you guys do enjoy today's video, don't forget to click a like on the video. That'd be absolutely awesome. And subscribe if you are new around here as well. And today we are finally going to have a video which actually works, unlike last time, whereby the Elgato failed, blew up, and everything went wrong. So today you will see a proper video. Like I said in the previous video, which was the corrupt video, this one is going to work perfectly fine because I've already edited it and I made sure that the two other recordings were fully fixed. So I'm going to go through a quick preview of what happened in the last race in this like practice and qualifying session, and then we'll move on into the actual race itself. So in terms of the driver standings, we've actually gone quite high up in the standings now after our race win in the Russian Grand Prix, which was correct. We're actually at the top of the standings ahead of Verstappen and then Hamilton after back-to-back race wins. So what I decided to do, I'm also top of the constructors, by the way. So basically, in the Russian Grand Prix, what basically happened in an overview was, because I couldn't really show it all because of the corruption, was I was in the lead. I qualified on pole. No, I didn't. I qualified like third or something like that. Oh no, I did qualify on pole. I'm such a liar. I qualified on pole. We got a good start. Ricciardo was battling alongside me. There was a big crash in the first corner, which there always is, and that caused a virtual safety car. And then eventually, when that came in, we got back up and racing again. I did a bit of defending from Ricciardo. Then he hit the wall and spun, and that caused a safety car. I pitted under the safety car, gave myself a lot of time, had a little battle with Bottas at the end of the Grand Prix, and I came home to win the race ahead of Max Verstappen, who came second, who actually nicked the place from Bottas on the final lap when he was scrapping with me. And then that was kind of the race done, really. But we're here for the Spanish Grand Prix, and we are guaranteed no recording issues, so that's kind of cool. And as you can see here, we do all of the practice programs. And I also wanted to say, just quickly, I'm going to move my mic. Sorry if it makes it a bit loud. I want to move it a bit closer to myself. There we go. Just wanted to say, if you got, what was I going to say? No, I'm going to forget now. Oh yeah, at the moment, even, I'm currently away for the weekend. I'm away with my dad, as I always am on the weekends. So in terms of the 1K thank you video and the plans that I've got for 1K subs, that will be coming next week. Just for the basis that I had no idea I was going to hit 1K subs this weekend. I would never have predicted it. I've gained about 40 or 50 subs in the last 2-3 days or something like that. So I wasn't expecting to hit it. So I've literally done nothing in preparation for it. I never made a video just in case it happens. So what's going to happen is I will bring out the video that I wanted to bring out in order to talk about everything that's going to happen for this 1K special on Monday, which will be in 2 days time, because I'm recording this on Saturday, or editing this on Saturday, sorry. And then on Sunday, what you'll be seeing is or tomorrow, you'll be seeing the Red Bull, the Toro Rosso, and the Haas reveals. I'll be revealing, or I'll be making sure to get you guys updated on all those cars. So if you guys are wondering what cars are left, maybe in the in the championship, we've got Red Bull, Haas, and Toro Rosso to reveal all of their cars for the season. So I'll be revealing all of those. Then on Monday, I'll do the video that I wanted to in terms of thanks for the 1K video. Then on Tuesday, I will do the subscriber championship driver transfers. Show you guys all the transfers that have happened. In terms of sub championship as well, we have got, I believe, one space left. And that's with Mercedes-Benz. So if you want to go to Mercedes-Benz, just let me know in the comment section down below, because Mercedes is still free. That's kind of that, really. But anyway, guys, we qualified 4th for the Spanish Grand Prix, which was okay, because I don't like the Spanish Grand Prix in terms of just me around the track, so I'm quite slow around it. So I was happy with that. And we can move on and hopefully get a better race. But a lot there to talk about. So then I'll do the transfer window video on Tuesday, and then I will sort out the rest of the week, and then all the special stuff I'll talk about, and yeah, I'll get everything sorted so it works out on the times for myself. So yeah, but in terms of the rivalry update, unfortunately we are losing again to Hamilton, but we will fight back against him. But that's going to be it for practice and for qualifying. So let's get into the main event, which of course is the race for the Spanish Grand Prix.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Nico Rosberg will start his Silver Arrow from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen and Williams, Sebastian Vettel and Ricciardo, Button, Bottas, Alonso and Kimi Raikkonen, Gutierrez, Grosjean, Daniel Kvyat and Sainz, Hulkenberg, Perez, Jolyon Palmer and Kevin Magnussen, Haryanto and Nasser, Pascal Wehrlein and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Alright then guys, as you can see, we're on the grids here for the Spanish Grand Prix, and as you can see, we're going to be starting on the medium compound tyres. I didn't mention this when I was actually doing my, when I was talking about the stuff in practice and quali. I actually started on the mediums rather than the softs, and then I'm going to pit for a set of softs, and then go into another set of the hard tyres for the end of the race. So that's the plan, and we're going to get on with things as well here on this formation lap. And quickly before the race starts, of course, I'm in a different room, so if it echoes a little bit, it's because I'm in a different room. I'm not in my actual office that I normally am in. But anyway, guys, we're on the grids here for the Spanish Grand Prix. We've got 4 and 5 red lights here for the Spanish Grand Prix, and it's lights out. Here we go for the Spanish Grand Prix. It's been a good start for myself, actually. The Mercedes guys have rocketed off the start. They've gone flying. Rosberg leads the way ahead of Lewis Hamilton, going towards turn 1. I've actually got past the Red Bull of Ricciardo, I think it was, or Verstappen, and now we're going to make a move down the inside of Lewis Hamilton, and we shove him a little bit wide there. Nice and fair, nice and clean, and we're up from 4th into 2nd in this Grand Prix, so a good start from us in this Grand Prix. We need that as well, because of course with Spain being a weak track for myself, I've got to get on with it. Rosberg leads the way. He's got a nice comfortable lead ahead of myself, and then ahead of Hamilton, who's dropped back a little bit, sort of into the clutches of the Ferrari there, I believe, of Sebastian Vettel maybe, I don't know, because I've just cut the camera because I'm an idiot. Anyway, but as you can see here, down into this left-hander, we're closing up to Rosberg. We've actually got quite close to him, and hopefully we can get him in the early phases of the race. On to lap 3 of the Grand Prix now. Rosberg's still there. We're still keeping in track with Rosberg, but we do make a mistake in the final chicane, and we do make basically, we just make a mess out of that final sector. Rosberg goes flying off into the distance. Now we've got Hamilton, Vettel, and Ricciardo all looking to try and fight us now. As you can see, Lewis Hamilton with the DRS. Is it enabled? Yeah, it is enabled, actually. They've all got DRS. They all swarm me, and then into turn 1 we go. We're going to brake nice and late down the inside of Hamilton there, and we're going to defend our 2nd place away from them. Rosberg there, who is going to be pulling away all the time as this battle continues between myself and the other 3 drivers behind me. So I definitely need to try and just get on with it now, try and get some clean laps in, and face off against Rosberg. On to lap 5 of the Grand Prix now, and the drivers that have pitted for the soft tyres the drivers that started on the soft tyres have already pitted, whereas all of us on the mediums are carrying on. You can see Hamilton with DRS here on lap 5 is going to go to the inside line this time. We're not going to defend the inside line. I'm going to defend the outside line into turn 1. Hamilton makes the move stick here, and we brake nice and late round the outside of turn 1. Unfortunately, I actually made a mess of here, and I did, in fairness. I can admit that straight away. That was a clear corner cut. I turned in way too early into the corner, and it was a corner cut. In theory, I should have given that place to Lewis Hamilton, but, you know, I was racing at that point, and when I'm racing, I don't like letting people through, because I'm horrible. But on to laps 8 of the Grand Prix now, and we're going to be making a little bit of a strategy change. Now, I saw what Hamilton and Rosberg did. Hamilton and Rosberg both pitted for a new set of medium compound tyres. I paused the race so I could see what tyres they had gone on to, and they both pitted for a set of medium compound tyres, and that got me kind of confused into, well, if I'm going to pit as well, I'm not going to waste my time losing time to the other drivers, because Hamilton and Rosberg are going to gain a lot of time on me on fresh tyres. So I thought, what's the point in losing loads of time to them when I can just go on the same strategy, copy them, and lose less time? So I'm going to copy them. So there goes Rosberg into the lead, and we are going to rejoin, unfortunately, behind the 2 banners of Haryanto and also Pascal Wehrlein. And as you can see, coming in behind them now, there's actually been a lot of contact into turn 1, and the yellow flags have caught me off there as I cut the corner completely. I lifted off there because I knew I clearly gained an advantage. But those yellow flags threw me off. I was like, what the hell happened there? And a safety car has come out with Magnussen. Hamilton is out of the race, and Raikkonen is out of the race as well. So 3 big casualties here. I'm going to start things off with an onboard shot here, or broadcasting shot of, hello, okay, well, rip Ricciardo, he's just been bullied. And there's a big stop there, and there's a, oh my god, and okay, there's, oh wow, that's a couple of crashes. Let's move on here. So we've got Ricciardo versus Verstappen, and then we've got Gutierrez, who just turns in on Verstappen, whacks into Ricciardo. Ricciardo goes spinning out, and it's just stopped there. And then there's been a massive pile-up. So Verstappen here is just trying to overtake his teammate, and then he's been absolutely bunted by the Haas, and then he sort of takes out the Haas, and then the Haas forms a blockade, and everyone crashes into him. So on board with Gutierrez here, out of the pits he comes, turns straight into the Red Bulls. Verstappen then makes contact with the Haas car, and then they all pile up, and then there's a massive queue of just drivers dive-bombing into Narnia and killing everyone. So Raikkonen comes through here. He's gone straight past the Renault. I don't know. I think that's Palmer. So a nice move for Raikkonen. Raikkonen, but he sort of brakes and then sort of accelerates again right into the back of the McLaren. Magnussen goes straight into Raikkonen, and then Hamilton comes in and says, I'll finish you both off here. So Magnussen, as you can see here, is being overtaken by the Ferrari. And then they both brake, spotting the yellow flag zone. And then they just sort of accelerate. And then Magnussen crashes into Raikkonen and loses his wheel. And then Hamilton makes sure that everybody loses their wheels. And on board with Mr. Dive Bomb, Mr. Torpedo Man himself, you can see as they come towards turn 1, I don't know if Hamilton sort of breaks it up. No, Hamilton just goes, blonk, and I'm going to kill you all. And just murders Raikkonen himself in the process. So, what a big crash into turn 1 there, and that's now led me to close right up onto the back of Rosberg, but unfortunately, I have got Pascal Wehrlein in front of me, which is kind of annoying, and I need to get past him in order to pursue Rosberg. Now, as you can see, my little thumbnail nose that I've got on the Williams car, for some reason, as you can see on this panning shot here, has disappeared. Now my front wing looks really, really weird. I don't know why, but it's just gone. And it looks ugly. Look at that. It's disgusting. It's obviously fallen off somewhere. But as you can see, look at all the debris into turn 1. They haven't even bothered to clean it up. But as we come around towards turn 2 and 3 now, we're going to try and continue onwards and see what we can do onto the back of Pascal. And also, we have to worry about Carlos Sainz, actually. Now, I know he's in a Toro Rosso, but we are going to dive it up the inside here into turn 4 of the Manor. A place where you don't really dive bomb someone, but I can do what I want because I'm amazing at dive bombs and I perfected them, and there's a lot of people that I know that haven't and just try it and fail. But anyway, on to lap 15 of the Grand Prix. Now, Rosberg's pulling off into the distance, and I need to actually be worried about Carlos Sainz. Now, as I said before, he may be in a Toro Rosso, but he is on the fresh set of soft tyres, and I'm on a set of medium compound tyres. So Carlos Sainz has got the tyre advantage on us, and that is going to be quite crucial. So we do have to defend from Sainz here. Down the inside into turn 1, we defend from Sainz quite easily there. And the thumbnail part of my nose is now returned again, so we now actually have a nice looking Williams rather than a disgustingly ugly one. But as you can see here, we're defending nicely from Sainz. And onto lap 19 of the Grand Prix, I saw that Rosberg came into the pits. I checked that he went on to a set of the hard tyres to take him to the end of the race, and I decided to go and do the same thing and pit for a set of hards. Again, I didn't want to go longer on my stint because I knew that I would just lose time to Rosberg and potentially to any of the rivals behind me. So I decided that the best option is just to come into the pits, lose as little time as I can to Rosberg, because if I am quicker on the hard tyres at the end of the race, I will have less time, I'll have a less gap to close to Rosberg. You just saw him to go through that on the pitch straight, and then we've got a massive gaggle of cars. I believe that's a Renault, a Sauber, a Haas, and Button. And two Saubers actually. So we are going to be behind them, but luckily we're not going to get held up with them too much because we've got to close the gap between myself and those 4 or 5 drivers, however many millions of them there are here on lap 20 of the Spanish Grand Prix. So we're doing okay right now in this race. We're actually doing a very nice job. As you can see, onto lap 20 of the Grand Prix, this is actually the end of the lap now. We've caught up to all the gaggle of cars, and luckily for myself, 3 of them came into the pits, which was Ericsson, Gutierrez, and also someone else. And as you can see here, it is the Williams versus the McLaren. Now, the McLaren made 4 upgrades going into this Grand Prix. They did 4, which was crazy. So we managed to get past the McLaren Honda here nice and easily there, and we also kicked up a little bit of dust. And a bit of grass and dust. That was just a smoke screen protection there to sort of defend myself from Button, sort of a cloaking device that I've come up with. But anyway, on to lap 23 of the Grand Prix now, and Jensen, well, he wasn't done there yet. I thought, because the McLaren Honda are slow and rubbish, that he would be gone with. But of course, with those 4 upgrades, it has made that McLaren rather fast, and Button is going to keep up with me, especially because of the 2 DRS zones. As you can see here, Jensen's going to go to the inside line into turn 1, but my Williams and my Mercedes powered car is so fast compared to the Honda engine that I'm allowed to defend the outside line because I know I don't need to sort of tuck back into the slipstream and then go for a dive bomb overtake. So that's why I was comfortable in these attacks from Button. Now, Button was closing in on me basically because of the 2 DRS zones. I was quicker everywhere else on the circuit, but the DRS zones kept him in good tact with myself. And as you can see here, I'm going to go super duper defensive on the inside line, making sure that I stick to just one defensive maneuver, and then this is my maneuver back onto the racing line, so I can't make any more maneuvers. And there you can see that we are in front of Button, and we stay there. And like I said, I was happy to defend those lines. I stuck to the inside line. I waited until Jensen was in the slipstream. He wasn't closing in on me, so I made sure that I took a nice comfortable racing line. So I made my one defensive maneuver, which I'm eligible to do, which is right here. This is my defensive move. and then obviously he's in my slipstream, and we're not actually going to defend, because you can see Button here is actually fighting with myself here, and Verstappen is also getting in the mix as well. But down the inside here of Jenson Button here on lap 26, we comfortably get in front of him. He actually lost some time there because they were fighting with Verstappen, and that's kind of cool because now I'm actually out of the DRS threat after that due to them fighting each other. And on to lap 30 of the Grand Prix, so it's taken 5 laps now for the Verstappen and Vettel party to come and say hello to me, and that's kind of nice because I don't really want to say hi to them myself. So as you can see here, we're going to have to defend from Verstappen and from Vettel for a little bit longer here in this Grand Prix. So round this nice corner we go, and as you can see, Verstappen's actually going to go for it in this DRS zone rather than the pit straight, and then round the outside, will Verstappen make it stick? Not quite there, and Vettel's going to try, and Vettel's, oh my, Vettel, why? That's like the second time, why is it that Vettel is useless at braking in this career mode? He's gone spinning, so we'll talk about Vettel in a second, maybe after the Grand Prix, but we still got our attentions focused on Max Verstappen because he's still kept up with us, and he's still going to get a second bite of the cherry down the back straight here with the Williams car, with the Red Bull car. I'm retarded, it's a bad day for me. Anyway, as you can see here, we're going to pull over to the inside line here. Verstappen's going to get clean through us there, and we're going to stick into his slipstream, and we're going to brake nice and late and re-overtake Verstappen down the inside nice and cleanly there, and we are back up in front of Verstappen here on lap 31 of this Spanish Grand Prix, so all is going well for us at the moment. On to lap 32 of the Grand Prix now. Verstappen didn't manage to get a chance to attack us on lap 31 on the pit straight going on to lap 32, but on to lap 32, which we're on now, on to lap 33, he reclosed back up on us, and we're going to go straight for another defensive move here onto the inside line. Verstappen is going to go to the outside once again, and he might go clean through us again, and we might have to overtake him. No, we were actually side by side, so we didn't have to go back into the slipstream with Verstappen, so that was kind of cool. We didn't need to defend like we normally do here. But as you can see, we're now in front of Verstappen, and as you can see, coming around this long sweeping set of corners. We're on to the final lap of the Grand Prix now. Nico Rosberg has been absolutely dominant in this Spanish Grand Prix. He's like 20 odd seconds up the road. I don't know where he is. He was absolutely flying in this Grand Prix, and I was never catching the Mercedes of Rosberg in this Grand Prix, but we still got some defending to do against Max Verstappen. It's not over yet, but we get a tremendous exit out of this corner, and that's going to give us a very good advantage coming towards this DRS zone coming up now, because this is the only chance now Verstappen's going to get at overtaking us. But Verstappen closes all the time back in this sector, and we're going to defend the inside line like we always have done. So Verstappen here is going to go towards the outside line here. Will Verstappen make it stick? Down the inside into the hairpin we go. Little touch of Verstappen there, but all is fair in love and war, and Nico Rosberg wins the Spanish Grand Prix, but we've still got some defending to do against Verstappen. Round the final corners we come now, and we've basically got this sorted. We cannot bottle this. I mean, we can lock up and go off the chicane or something, but in theory, we should not be able to bottle this, and we can get through nice and comfortably here. And as you can see, Max Verstappen is going to have to unfortunately settle for third place. We're going to come around the final corner, and we're going to keep our podium streak going in this career mode, and we finish in second place, which is a very nice job. Which means so far in this career mode, we finished 7th, 2nd, 1st, and 2nd. So we've had a stunning career mode with Williams so far. And as you can see then, obviously Toto Wolff is absolutely delighted to see that Nico Rosberg has come through to win the Spanish Grand Prix. Yeah, that is that. So I'm going to talk quickly now. I'm going to backtrack to the Vettel incident. So basically, when Verstappen and Vettel were battling on that second DRS straight, Verstappen went for the move on the outside. I defended the move quite comfortably, and I gave Verstappen a little bit of a shove wide. So Verstappen was on the curb, and then what the AIs do is they don't run on the curb and then come back onto the circuit. Once they get onto the curb, they slow right down, and then they move their car very, very aggressively back onto the circuit again. It's the AI computer programming. You can't do anything about it. And then Vettel went for a move down the inside, and then his front end of the car made contact with Verstappen's rear end of the car, and it spun Vettel round, and it was ripperoni in pepperoni for Sebastian Vettel, unfortunately. But there it is, guys. Nico Rosberg is the race winner. If you guys have enjoyed this video, don't forget to click that like button if that's awesome. Subscribe if you're new around here as well, as we continue to push onwards on my channel, really, in terms of where we're going with it at the moment. So as you can see, here's the full classification. Bottas finished well down the order like he always does because he's rubbish. Down in, where is that? 9th place for Bottas? Not good enough. In the driver's standings, luckily for myself, we still actually increase our lead in the driver's standings because Rosberg has had a terrible first few races, and we beat Verstappen. So all is well for us in my side of the garage, not so much Valtteri's side of the garage. And in the constructor standings, somehow Williams Racing are on the top again, but still, that is going to wrap it up, guys, for this Grand Prix. I hope you guys did enjoy it, and hopefully you guys did enjoy a full episode rather than just me saying sorry and being a plum sack. But anyway, guys, we're stacking up our resource points. We're not making upgrades at the moment. I'm waiting for some big upgrades ready for the Canadian, Austrian, and Azerbaijan Grand Prix. But until then, guys, I will see you for another video very, very soon. So take care all, guys. Thanks ever so much for watching. You guys are legends. Take care. Peace.